Mohammedia English School, Standard 7th. Subject Science. Topic Nutrition in Living Organisms. Students, in the picture you can see living things on the left and non-living things on the right. Can you guess the characteristics that separates the living thing from the non-living thing? Breathing. Living things breathe, non-living things do not breathe. Living things move from one place to another. Non-living things cannot move on their own. Number 3. Living things require food to survive. Number 4. Living things pass out the waste material from their body through the process of excretion. Number 5. Living things show responsiveness to stimuli. And number 6. Living things reproduce their own kind. However, non-living things do not show any of these characteristics. These characteristics, called life processes, go on continuously in living organisms. Students, now here you can see different types of food eaten by living beings. Fruits, meat, cake, vegetables, eggs, fish, sweets, grass, etc. Substances which are digested and assimilated for obtaining energy and for the growth and health of our body are called foodstuffs. Nutrition. The process of taking in and using food which takes place in living organisms is called nutrition. Let us now see why do we require nutrition. First point, to supply the energy required for doing work. What kind of work? For example, to carry out our daily activities like going to school, doing our homework, walking, taking bath, going to office, cooking, etc. Second, growth and development of the body. For example, a baby or a toddler developing into a child growing up into a young adult, and so on. That is growth and development of the body. Number 3, to replace the damaged cells and repair the tissues. For example, if you get wounded while playing or get a scratch or if there is bleeding, taking proper nutrition will speed up the healing process. And number 4 is to fight disease. We require nutrition to fight diseases. Proper amount of nutrition will help our body to fight the diseases causing bacteria and viruses. Now students, you have to remember that there are two types of nutrition. First one is autotrophic nutrition. Some organisms can produce their own food and thus nourish themselves. This is called autotrophic nutrition. We will see the example later. Second type of nutrition is heterotrophic nutrition. Some organisms depend on other organisms, plants or animals for their food. This is called heterotrophic nutrition. The example of autotrophic nutrition about the organisms that prepare their own food is plants. We all know that plants prepare their food with the help of sunlight, air and water. The example of heterotrophic nutrition are all the birds, animals, human beings, insects, etc. Let us now move on to another very important topic, that is types of nutrition in animals. There are 3 types of nutrition in animals. So first one is holozoic nutrition. Let us see the characteristics of holozoic nutrition. Animals have mouth parts for ingestion. So animals that we see that eat with their mouth. Here you can see the example of zebra eating grass and another example is of leopard. Second characteristics of holozoic nutrition is insects like cockroach and grasshopper which nibble have jaw-like mouth parts. Then third characteristic of holozoic nutrition, Butterflies suck food with a tube-like proboscis. You can see a butterfly sucking nectar from flower. And the fourth characteristic of holozoic nutrition, mosquitoes and bedbugs use a needle-like mouthpart to pierce and to suck blood. So, mosquitoes and bedbugs. Now, according to the type of food, animals can be classified into various categories. First one is herbivores. Herbivores are those living organisms that use plants directly as their food. For example, grazing animals like sheep, cow, deer, or granivores that are seed eaters. You can see the example of squirrel eating seed. Or frugivores, those birds or animals that eat fruits. They are called frugivores, fruit eaters. Example, parrot. You can see parrot relishing on guava. And then the second category is carnivores. Now, who are carnivores? Carnivores are those animals that depend on other animals for their food. However, they are indirectly dependent on plants as they feed on herbivores, which are also called predators. Carnivores also include animals that feed on insects, and they are called insectivores. For example, you can see lion eating a zebra or bear eating fish, or you can see a frog catching its prey, that is an insect. Then we have the next type of category, omnivores, that obtain their food from both plants as well as animals. For example, monkeys and chimpanzees and even humans. We eat both. We eat plants also and we eat animals also. Then scavengers. Next category, scavengers are those who take up the act of cleaning and conserving the environment. And how do they clean and conserve the environment? By obtaining food from dead bodies of animals. Students, you can see in the picture vultures eating from the dead body of some animal. Then the last category is decomposers. Decomposers are microbes that obtain food by decomposing the dead bodies of organisms and other materials. For example, decomposers, you can see the examples over here. Snail, slug, earthworms, mites, worms, bacteria, microorganisms, and so on. Now, the second category of type of nutrition in animal is saprozoic nutrition. Saprozoic nutrition includes insects and unicellular animals. They obtain the nutrients by absorbing the liquid organic material from dead bodies of other animals or environment. For example, ants, flies, unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium, and so on. So these are the examples of saprozoic nutrition. And the last type of nutrition in animal is parasitic nutrition. These organisms obtain their food only from the animals on whom they are dependent. Parasitic nutrition is of two types. First one is endoparasite. And what are these endoparasites? Endoparasites live on the body surface of other animals. Here you have to pay attention to the word surface. On the surface of the bodies of other animals. They obtain food by sucking their blood. For example, you can see the example, louse, bedbug, tick, etc. Then second type of parasitic nutrition is endoparasitic nutrition. Who are these endoparasites? Endoparasites live inside the body of other animals. Okay, so you have to understand the difference. Ectoparasite, they live on the body, and endoparasite, they live inside the body of animals. They obtain their food from inside the body of animals in which they live. For example, you can see roundworms and tapeworms. Okay, so let us just summarize what we have done today. First, we have done life process. Second, foodstuffs. Third, nutrition, its need and types. Then we have done types of nutrition in animals. In that we have done Holozoic. In Holozoic nutrition we have herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers, decomposers, Saprozoic. Then second one is Saprozoic nutrition, and third one is parasitic nutrition. Okay, so students, I want all of you to read the chapter from your science textbook and make a note of all the important points. Thank you.